Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Silver Run May monthly celebration, celebrating the outstanding achievements of our students and our staff and recognizing our staff. We would just like to welcome you this morning. Today is May 28th, and we are excited. We have made it so thus far, and we're going to make it to the end of the school year, and we're excited about everything that has happened this year. We're excited that we made it through. So we're going to celebrate. We're going to start our celebration off right now. Welcome to a celebration of our sharks. We're going to start it off with our Pledge of Allegiance by Mrs. Trowbridge and Mrs. Kenzie's class.
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mrs. Trowbridge and Mrs. Kenzie's class. Now we'll have our school pledge by Mr. Thomas with Mrs. Nevico's class.
We, the Silver School family, pledge to respect and help each other, always solving problems cooperatively. We will work together to make Silver Rock a safe, caring community where we can all learn and grow together.
Thank you, Mr. Thomas with Ms. Nevico's class. Now we have a message from our school nurse, Mrs. Wolf. Nurse's note: hand washing is an easy way to prevent the spread of germs and keep everyone healthy. Remember to wash your hands when they are dirty, before eating or touching food, after blowing your nose or coughing, after using the bathroom, after playing outside. Wet your hands, add soap, scrub for 20 seconds, rinse, and dry. Wash your hands. Don't forget to wash your hands. Celebrating our kindergarten class. First up, we have two students from Mrs. Carter and Mrs. Constantine's class. We have Damian Burton and Tristan Hunter. Damian and Tristan are total rock stars. They are always smiling, laughing, and willing to do whatever they are asked to do. They participate and have fun every day. They are the sunshine in a rough day. Next, we have Mason Passarella in Mrs. Cramer, Mrs. Gorgas, and Mrs. Styles' class. Mason is a diligent learner who listens and asks great questions. He has worked hard to achieve his goals. Mason is a friend to everyone and includes all his classmates in his imaginative games. Next, we have Zayden Blake, Mrs. Dion's and Mrs. Dorella's class. Zayden is a great asset to our classroom. He is a helpful and kind to others. He always has a positive disposition and comes to school with a smile every day. Zayden helps make the world a brighter place. Next, we have Namaya Williams. Namaya in Miss Zavorsky's and Mrs. Royal's class. Namaya is a very hard worker. She never gives up, always trying to do her best. She is such a pleasure to have in kindergarten class. Next, we have first grade. We're celebrating our first grade classes, and first up, we have Wyatt Roberti, Mrs. Cranes, and Mrs. Tomlins, and Mr. West's class. Wyatt has made incredible progress this year. His behavior is wonderful, and he has really improved in math and reading. Watch out, second grade. Wyatt is ready. That's what I'm talking about. Keep up the great work, Wyatt. Antoinette Thomas, Mrs. Hill, Mrs. Reese, and Mrs. Calkins' class. Antoinette has demonstrated exemplar expectations. She has shown the most improvement in all academic areas. Very proud of you for persevering, Antoinette. Next, we have Zabion Blair Harrison in Mrs. Blau's and Mrs. Armington's class. Zabion is very respectful to his teachers and friends. He takes pride in his work and following the rules. He is excited about school and learning everything that he can. Zabion always tries his very best. Keep up the great work, Zabion. Next, we have Liliana Wing in Mrs. Stratton's class. Liliana, effort, kindness, and honesty and manners are all things that we respect and value in Room 109. Liliana demonstrates all four of these things. She is a great student and a good friend. She has made great progress. Way to go, Liliana. Moving on to second grade. Tamir Butler, Mrs. Kimmel's, Miss Todd's, and Miss Losaw's class. Tamir is a hard worker and always follows school and classroom rules. He is smart and funny, always making us laugh. Next, we have Faith Spatola in Miss Kavanaugh's class. Faith is such a virtual all-star. She attends every Google Meet and always tries her best. Faith has the best laugh and is always kind to her classmates. Next, we have Arabella Parker in Mrs. Mansky's and Mrs. Morris's class. Arabella is a wonderful student. She works hard every day and always tries her best. She is very helpful and kind. Next up, we have Brooklyn Miller in Mrs. Oak's class. Brooklyn has become a second grade Olympian. As being the most improved student, I can always count on her to participate in class. I love the flowers she brings me at recess, the smile she always wearing under her mask. Way to go, Brooklyn. Keep up the great work. Next, we have Samaya Johnson in Mrs. Schadinger's class. Samaya has been a second grade rock star. Samaya has worked very hard since being back in school. She continues to show improvement every day. Keep up the hard work, Samaya. I am so proud of you. Next, we have Eli Allen, Mr. Bertonazzi's, Mrs. Swagel, and Mrs. Troll's class. Eli is a caring student with a strong passion for learning. He tries his best every day. He has grown by leaps and bounds. Keep going, Eli. Moving on to third grade. First, we have Corinne Stupp in Miss Nevico's class. It has been such a pleasure to have Corinne in my class. She has an infectious, bubbly personality. She is a hard worker who loves to help others. She has a fantastic imagination. I will miss having her in my class next year. Corinne Stupp. Next, we have Angelo Rodolfi in Mrs. Groover's class. Angelo is a student who came to me late in the school year. However, I could see right away that he was dedicated, serious student who cared about his education. He comes to all Google Meets and always contributes to the lessons. Way to go, Angelo. Gabriella Irizarry up next, Mrs. Kinsey's class. Gabriella has worked very hard this year, both on our virtual classroom and in the physical classroom. Gabriella always has a smile, is not afraid to ask for help, and will do anything she can for her classmates. It has been a pleasure to have her in my classroom this year. Good luck in fourth grade, Gabriella. Next, we have Cameron Sotrin, Mrs. Barcy's class. Cameron is a joy to have in class. He is a super reader, participates in our learning groups, and always knows what to say to make us laugh. You will rock fourth grade, Cameron. Next, we have Jason LeBlanc. Jason in Mrs. Barless's class. Jason always tries his very best at everything he does. I am so proud of him. Celebrating fourth grade. Riley Martinez, Miss Santiago, Mrs. Garrison's class. Riley is an awesome silver shark. She is conscientious student and always does her best. She's always respectful, responsible, safe, and helpful. Thank you, Riley, for all that you do. Next, we have Ellie Mendez and Mrs. Quinzel's and Mrs. Nedahan's class. Ellie is a new to our class, but she has quickly become one of our best and brightest students. She is dedicated to her schoolwork, always puts her best foot forward. You are a rock star, Ellie. Keep up the good work. Next, we have Charlotte Ziegler. Charlotte is a bright and inspirational student that lets her artistic creativity fly. She continues to show class leadership skills in all areas of virtual learning. She is a pleasure to have in class. Keep up the great work. You rock, girl. Moving on to our upperclassmen, our fifth grade, who will be moving on to Lakeside next year. First, we have Madison Dill and Mrs. Morvay, Mr. Morvay's class. Madison has worked very hard this year, and it has shown in her grades. She has earned all A's every marking period. She always attends our meets and gets her work done on time. She was a wonderful role model for her classmates this year. You go, girl. Next, we have Mrs. Robinson's and Mrs. Jimenez's class. We have two students that we're celebrating in this class. Ethan Hawkins, first. Ethan has made such progress this year. He works so hard and isn't afraid to ask for help. Way to go, Ethan. Also, we have Jalissa Green. Jalissa is such a hard worker. She is a delightful student and has a contagious smile. Great fifth grade year, Jalissa. Next, we have Kanaya Glanville Johnson, Mrs. Tapp, and Mr. Cox's class. Kanaya has done an outstanding job this year. Speaking up hasn't always been something she is comfortable with, but she has grown in leaps and bounds. She participates and volunteers to read aloud regularly now. She always works hard and completes her assignments. She is kind, respectful, and a joy to have in class. We are so proud of you. Jasmine Greiner in Miss Silvestri's and Miss Nieves' class. Jasmine works hard, asks questions, asks for help, participates, and offers great insight, especially while reading our class novel. She writes with expression and detail. Even when a task is difficult, Jasmine does not give up. Jasmine is an all-star. You go, Jasmine. And next we have Violet Bradshaw, Mr. Hartnett, Miss Serta, and Mrs. Wolf's class. Violet joined us late in the school year, but she has been a great addition to our class. Violet is always helpful to her friends and gets along with everyone. Keep up the great work, Violet. Next, we are celebrating the great students of Miss Adams, Miss Stragata, Miss Freilich, Miss Mulford, Miss Upham. First, we have Kaimani Cox and Miss Stragatas. Kaimani has had great attendance and shows up to every meet ready to go. He always tries his best and works hard. Keep it up, Kaimani. Ibrahim Barry and Miss Upham's. Ibrahim is a great student to have in class. He always so eager and ready to learn more information from a new story. I have really enjoyed getting to know him in class. In Miss Freilich's class, we have Shaisha Brown. Shaisha always comes to class ready to learn. She has a great attitude and always tries her best. Way to go, Shaisha. Janaya Adair and Ms. Mulford's. Janaya has attended almost every class and works hard to improve herself academically. She sets goals, and I know she can achieve whatever she puts her mind to. Great job, Janaya. Naomi Mushin, Miss Adams. Naomi always does her best work and is making great progress. Her wonderful attitude and effort is paying off. Celebrating our specials, the Golden Sneaker Award goes to Mrs. Kinsey's class. This class has consistently excellent attendance. They engage in wonderful conversations during health and are always active for PE. Moving on to our artists of the month, we have two in Mrs. Buno's class. First artist of the month is Tristan Corliza, and we have Amina Roundtree. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful artwork. Keep up the great work, guys. Senora Hempel, Superstar Spanish class. Awarded to Senora Schadinger's class. Her class worked hard, always wants to participate. They use the 4B rules when we're together. Every Spanish class is enjoyable with them. Bravo to Senor Schadinger's class. Moving on to our musicians of the month, Mrs. Bove and Ms. Portix. Our first musician of the month is Robert. Robert is a musician of the month for his awesome music reading skill, ukulele playing, and teamwork. Great job, Robert. And we have my man Brian. Brian attends all of his lessons, completes all of his work, and loves to share his passion for music. Keep it up, Robert. Keep it up, Brian. You guys rock. Mrs. Trowbridge STEM learners, awarded to Mrs. Quinzel's fourth grade class. This class keeps me smiling. They make every class fun. They are enthusiastic and hard-working students. Now we're going to celebrate attendance, great attendance, perfect attendance. These are, and you got to bear with me because I have some names that I want to read because these students are showing up every day. They showed up every day um, for the month of May up until the 26th. Here we go. Starting with our kindergarten and our second grade, we have Eli Allen, Isaiah Arias, Peyton Ayers, Leah Bates, Kira Bent, Lacey Bone, Ava Bracy, Matai Bronner, Parker Brown, Damian Burton, Jadalani Cabrera, Giovanni Capazzi, Sanaya Carter, Yadalise Cintron Rosario, Maxwell Clark, Kamora Coleman, George Contreras, Toyana Contreras, Aaron Cradle, Navia Cruz, Rachel Demper, Caden Diaz, Riley Dixon, Hannah Douglas, Eliana Dunkley, Grace Gavitt, Jason Gonzalez, Danielle Griner, Justice Guadalupe, Emma Hahn, Rashid Holbertel Fair, Serenity Hall, Demetrius Hudson, Gary Hudson, Tristan Hunter, Adrian Irizarry Rodriguez, Jamari Johnny, Gianni Clawwitter, Caden Kubiak, Gabriella Boy, Isabella Lazinski, Alessandro Lara, Nicholas Dax, Lashley Nicholas. We have Emily Lewis, Emmanuel Lopez Figueroa. We have Brian McCormick, Dawn Miller, Johnny S. Mulligan, Nikayla Myers, Kian Patterson Smith, Aiden Pierce, Dwayne Priester, Andrea Riano, Gianni Rivera, Joshua Rodriguez Reynosa, Faith Spatola, Leroy Stevens, Jacob Stewart, Summer Taylor, Kelsey Thurman, Kaylani Tomlin, Gabriella Torres, Gavin Watson, Ellsworth Williams, Myra Williams, Chloe Wright. Those are our kindergarten to second grade perfect attendance students. Moving on to our third to fifth grade perfect attendance students. We have Janaea Adair, Maya Adams, Victoria Eliano Velez, Amani Armstead, Jordy Arteta Paternina, Tasha Artis, Zanaya Barber, Ibrahim Barry, Owen Bates, Adrielle Bermudez, Yanelise Bermudez, Brittany Bishop, Violet Bradshaw, Anthony Capazzi, Ranisha Casper, Ezekiel Centeno, Leonard Childers, Juliana Corson, Layla Couch, Genevicia Cruz, Emma Cummings, Antonio Danley, Josiah Dawson, Daniela Delgado, Madison Dill, Abigail Douglas, Abigail Garrison, Yama Garzuwu, Catherine Gold, Alexandria Gonzalez, Destiny Gonzalez, Iris Gonzalez Vargas, Donnie Goodwin, Jalissa Green, Ishmael Greer, Jasmine Griner, Anthony Hackett, Marcus Harris, Samantha Harris, Ethan Hawkins, Aiden Holm, Isis Hernandez Torres, Angeline Hester, Jesse Holland, Tiara Holland, Raheem Holloway, Sinai Hunt, Berkeley Heisen, Boston Heisen, Gabriella Irizarry, Robert Jacobs, Jameer Jones, Jasper Lazinski, Jonathan Lazinski, Jason LeBlanc, Liana Lewandowski, Alina Lynn, Sienna Lopez, Liliana Miller, Natalie Nelson, Colton Owens, Joseph Parks, Ronaldo Peralto Gonzalez, Emily Pettit, Cameron Pierce, Alexis Potts, Angelo Rodolfi, Andrew Rivera, Juliana Rivera, Galila Robinson, Prince Robinson, Gabriella Rozick, Chloe Runyon, Joelia Soto, Kayla Stenson, Colton Stratton, Corin Stupp, Don Taylor, Anastasia Thomas, Eshawn Underwood, Jalea Walker, Tamia White, Zoe White, Cameron Williams, Malia Williams, Kaylee Wingate, and Brody Ziegler. These are our 3 to 5, third through fifth grade perfect attendance students. Celebrating a couple of our staff. First up, we have Mrs. Portick. Mrs. Portick has been teaching music and band at Silver Run for 5 years. She earned her Bachelor of Fine Arts from Arcadia University and her Bachelor of Music Education from Rowan University. Excited to start grad school at Temple University in the fall. Go ahead, Mrs. Portick. Lives with her fiance Matt and her fur baby Cooper. Loves to cook, bake, garden, and play golf. Enjoys reading fiction, sci-fi, fantasy novels, watches lots of Netflix and Hulu, and she's also a great, 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 great artist. I know we don't have it there, but I know that she is a great artist also. So we celebrate you, Mrs. Portick. Next, we have Mrs. Bro. Mrs. Bro loves being a first grade special education teacher. She is in room 119, and she has a menagerie of pets. Come visit her anytime, she says. There's lots to do in her room. She used to visit her grandparents in Laurel Lake when she was little. Some of her best memories are at the lake. She graduated from Abscami High School, attended Farley Dickinson and Rowan University. Lives with her husband, Pete, and 2 Boston Terriers, Duval and Truman. She has 8 children and 2 stepchildren. She also just found out her son and his wife will be having their 10th, yes, I said it, their 10th grandchild. Her absolute favorite thing in the world is going to the beach. And she also loves to run and enjoy the fun with friends and family. We salute you, Miss Bro. Well, that's all for our monthly celebration for the month of May. We are excited to celebrate, always excited to celebrate our staff and our students. We're always excited to celebrate them. And we also would like to give a big shout out to Mr. Reisick, our school principal. We give a big shout out to our cafeteria staff, led by Mrs. Hall, Mrs. Judy. We give a big shout out to our school nurse, Mrs. Wolf. Big shout out to our maintenance staff, led by Tracy and Scott. We salute you. We salute all of our staff, all of our students. You guys are amazing. We almost made it through this year. Keep up the great work. We got this. Peace.